Greetings, it is me, Media Nerd, and we're back for another commentary. This time it's Spider-Man the movie game, developed by Treyarch and published by Activision. I'm kinda sad that we're never gonna get any other Spider-Man games re-released because, well, Activision held the rights for Spider-Man up until Insomniac took over the rights. And honestly, I much prefer the Spider-Man games that were made by Activision as opposed to Insomniac. Because those games are... those games aren't exactly my cup of tea, and they're very fucking overrated by a lot of normie Spider-Man fans. But to be positive, for the most part, this intro cutscene is really fucking cool. It's kind of random because it's mostly just Spider-Man and Green Goblin just, well, hitting each other, doing a flip and whatnot, and just... well, really, it's just here to show off the capabilities of the PlayStation 2. But, I mean, who cares? It looks fucking cool. And, man, this is very nostalgic looking back because I've been playing this game since 2013, I believe. I can go into my history with the game much later because I don't want this commentary being, well, messy like the previous one was. But, yeah, let's hope and pray this goes well. Hopefully I can do this one a bit better than the previous takes. And, yeah. Awkward pauses are fun. But, yes, the version of Spider-Man 1 we're going to be playing today, well, for this commentary I mean, is the Xbox version. You will, for those who might not know, there's some extra levels in this version of the game. We'll delve into that when we get to that later part, but, yeah, cutscene time. See you later.
Uncle Ben and Aunt May raised me like a son. They never had much money, though. I thought my powers could help make up for that. The last time I saw Uncle Ben alive, we argued. I took out my frustration in the ring. Poor Bonesaw never even saw me coming.
Number Mr. Nice Guy.
The fight promoter cheated me, so I didn't think it was my problem when he got robbed.
12 Henry, call back on that 187 in connection with the carjacking at the 42nd Street Library.
10-4. Suspect is believed to be a member of the Skull's gang. Proceed with caution.
And yeah, that's the first intro of the game. I mean, the first cutscene of the game, I mean. And, wow, Toby, why are you not putting any emotion to the fact that your own uncle just died? Yeah, they didn't translate that very well from movie to game. Which, by the way, this game came out a month just before the movie did.
I have to find the guy who did it.
The funny part is this game was actually based on an early script of the film, and they're somewhat faithful. At least the general idea of what the story is like is the same. Just the details are majorly different. And of course we have some other Spider-Man villains. And yeah, we're not playing as Spider-Man in his original costume. I mean his iconic costume. I mean, we're playing as the Tin Spider. And also we get these golden spider tokens, which if you find these throughout the levels, you can unlock new moves, which is pretty fucking cool. And to get into another thing, well actually first of all we're going to be doing a little side quest first, where we have to save a lady, and we have to get a purse because she, for some reason, loves to go around, she loves, hiking up buildings.
Thank you so much.
Well, she likes
You
traveling
saved
up
my life.
on skyscrapers, I mean. Yeah,
I gotta go.
I can't speak.
Wait.
And for some reason, she left her purse on another
One of
one.
the rooftops around here.
On a different rooftop?
Yes.
Different from this one?
Yes.
Are you serious? Are you taking some kind of tour of city rooftops?
Yes.
Okay, whatever. I'll
You
find
are
your
fucking
purse for you.
stupid, you know that?
Thank you.
Why in the absolute hell would you not? Oh my god, man! This is foreshadowing for humanity much later on in the later years in life. But yeah, I should also note that if you're wondering why I'm doing, why I'm like pressing buttons when there's no enemies around, it's mainly just to show off some of the moves you can do. Even though I probably will not get around to explaining it, which is a bit unfortunate, but might have to do it a little bit, yeah, a bit later. But yeah, as you can see, I'm just practicing a bit of some new moves. Well, the moves I have, because I don't really tend to use all the combos. whenever I'm playing this game. But I decided, you know what, I'm gonna try experiment and try to actually beat the game, be actual skillful, not just abuse the web impact. But yeah, I guess we might as well get into it now because I can't keep it quiet anymore. As you probably no doubt can tell, if you live under a rock, this game looks essentially like the Neversoft Spider-Man game from the PlayStation 1
This city
and
could
its
use
sequel,
more masked
Enter
vigilantes
Electro.
like you.
If you say
And the reason why is because this game was originally going to be a port of the Neversoft game.
I will.
However,
Thanks
eventually Activision acquired the rights for the movie. They acquired the rights for the film, and so this game eventually, so the port eventually shifted into the movie game that we have today. And so, yeah, we still have things like Web Gloves, Web Dome, the Web Yank, and Web Impact. However, they did actually include a few. They actually included a few quality of life improvements too, like making the webbing. I forget what this type of web slinging is supposed to be called, but yeah, I know it's very silly, but yeah, unlike the PlayStation 1 games, you can actually infinitely swing. And you can also turn in different directions too. Not like how in Spider-Man 2, the movie game, but yeah, you can move around. There's more mobility compared to the first two Spider-Man games, the first 3D ones, I mean. And yeah, you can essentially do everything you did in those previous Spider-Man games, but with more versatile moveset, which is pretty cool in my opinion. And while we never got the third PS1 Spider-Man game, which I'm really sad we never did, and honestly we deserved that, I do think this game, in a way, is a spiritual successor of that, of those two games. And yeah, as you no doubt noticed, Spider-Man actually, despite this being based on the Raimi films, you know, the version of Spider-Man that doesn't actually have web shooters and has organic webbing, he uses he uses web shooters, and he has to replenish them in each of the levels. Which thankfully there's enough blue spider icons, which is a good thing, because if there wasn't, I would have been really pissed. Although I wish they actually kept the web cartridges, because web cartridges are cool, and the web shooter is also cool as well. And also showcase that Spider-Man is an intelligent dude, not just a, you know, generic superhero who has super strength, super speed, and whatnot, and super reflexes. And yeah, there's usually like, for the most part, there's two golden spider icons. But occasionally there'll be like an extra one in the levels. And to get back to what I was talking about regarding the web shooters, yeah, this is just a leftover from the early days of developing the game. And a little fun fact about the movie: the film was originally going to use Peter having the web shooters. In fact, you can actually look up some deleted scenes / alternate takes of the film. Scenes, I mean, where Peter actually is using web shooters. And unfortunately, they decided to cut it out because it was unrealistic. About a movie about a guy who gets bitten by a genetically designed super spider and becomes a superhero, and fights against a Power Rangers looking villain, which... well, no, we'll talk about that later, but
I'm gonna take you down.
yeah, that was not a really good reason to change it. I can see the appeal, but
A carjacker killed an old man earlier.
I want to
today.
point out
The
that
killer's a skull.
Toby's acting is
Where
really
he?
good here. I won't do this all the time, but
What makes you
yeah,
think I
Toby, he's really underrated as Spider-Man. Which what I mean is, specifically, I hate to say this, but like, well, I hate saying it like this, but when it comes to Toby's performances as when he's playing the Spider-Man part, I think he's really underrated because, like, the films, well, he's definitely heroic, but they don't showcase his anger enough, because Peter in the comics does get pretty angry, and he also doesn't quip enough. He does quip occasionally, but not enough. But in the movie game, yeah, he quips a lot, and he's actually pretty funny. And he's got a lot of, what's the word again? What is it? Oh, I forgot. But yeah, as you can see there, you can actually have the web. You can actually speed up when you're web slinging by holding up and down on the control stick. And unfortunately, that's all we're gonna have time for today because I wanted this part just to be 10 minutes long, just to get a few basic things out of the way. And yeah, see you guys for the next part on Spider-Man, the movie game, the commentary. Let's go for the ultimate spin.